Hi everyone, I Shivangi Gupta along with my team members Kaushik Bhaskar Thota and Raj Gupta is here to speak on broad theme that is development strategies of rural women in India. So, starting with a brief introduction, as we all know, India is a country of contradictions. On one hand, we worship women as deities. On the other hand, crime against women are increasing day by day. I would like to quote here, as our former Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru once rightly said, you can tell the condition of a nation by looking at the status of its women. In our presentation, we are focusing on three major aspects as a nation we need to focus on for the development of women are role of women in decision making, second, girl child education, and third is women's safety. Uh, I'll be presenting on the role of women in decision making. Raj is going to speak about girl child education, and Kaushik is going to speak about women's safety. I'll be dealing with following three research questions for my written submission. The first one is how participation of women in decision making play an important role in empowerment of women. Secondly, policies and government interventions which focuses on increased participation of women in politics and workforce. Thirdly, why does India need on policy for women? And the analytical framework of my research paper will be based on secondary data collection method. So, coming on the key stakeholders, here the key stakeholders are family, friends, different organizations, community members, teachers, government, etc. Coming back to my part of presentation, that is role of women in decision making, I would like to add participation in decision making play an important role in empowerment of women. This presentation focuses on following parameters. The first one is status of a representation of women in Panchayati Raj institution. The panchayat setup state governments have ensured at least 30% of seats for women. Out of 28 states and union territories, only 14 states have equal representation of women and men. In 7 states, share of women is even more than 50%. Only 3 states, Jammu and Kashmir, Daman and Diu, and Punjab, with women representation less than one third. Second parameter is the participation of women in parliament. As per electoral statistics for Pocketbook 2017, the percentage of women nominated in Rajya Sabha has been around 11% in 2016. Female participation in election has been 65.54% in the 16th general election in 2014, which is more or less equal to male participation at 67%. Third is participation of women in state assemblies and councils. As in 2016, 9% of the state assembly members and 5% of state council members are women. The states of Bihar, Haryana, and Rajasthan have the highest share of women in their respective state assemblies, that is 14%. There is no women representation in the state assemblies of Mizoram, Nagaland, and Puducherry. Now, I would like to stop here and over to you, Raj. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Raj here, and I am going to talk about girl child education. There are many government initiatives for girl child education in India, and one of them is Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao scheme was launched by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi on 22nd January 2015 at Panipat in Haryana, with the objective of bringing behavioral change in the society towards birth and rights of a girl child. It has resulted in increased awareness and sensitization of the masses regarding prevalence of gender bias and role of community in eradicating it. During the last 6 years, the sex ratio at birth has improved by 16 points from 918 in 2014 to 15 to 934 in 2019 to 20. Gross enrollment ratio of girls in the schools at secondary level has improved from 77.45% to 81.32%. The objectives of Beti Bachao and Beti Padhao are to bring a change in people mindset towards girl child or after her birth, preventing determination of sex, to prevent female foeticide, to ensure survival and protection of the girl child. Beti Bachao Padhao's achievements so far are: during the last 6 years since its inception, the Beti Bachao Beti Padhao scheme has been aiming at changing the mindset of the public to acknowledge the rights of the girl child. The scheme has resulted in the increased awareness and sensitization of the masses regarding prevalence of gender bias role of community in eradicating it. Progress in terms of monitorable targets, sex ratio at birth. Promising trends of improvement in sex ratio at birth have been observed at national level as our sex ratio at birth has improved by 16 points from 918 to 2014, from 2014 to 15 to 934 2019 to 20. Out of 640 districts covered under Beti Bachao Beti Padhao, 422 districts have shown improvement in sex ratio births from 2014 to 2019. Second, health. Percentage of first trimester ANC registration has shown an improving trend from 61% in 2014 to 15 to 71% in 2019 to 20 as per the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Third, education. Gross enrollment ratio of girls in the schools at secondary level has improved from 77.45% to 81.32% as per UDISC data. Percentage of school with function separate toilets for girls has shown improvement from 92.1% to 95.1% till now. Fourth, attitudinal change. The Beti Bachao Beti Padhao scheme has been able to bring the focus on important issue of female infanticide, lack of education among girls, and deprivation of their rights on a life cycle continuum. The scheme has successfully engaged with community to defy the age-old bias against the girl child and introduce innovative practices to celebrate the girl child. The Beti Bachao Beti Padhao logo has been much appreciated and accepted by the people. People are using the Beti Bachao Beti Padhao logo on their own volition at various places such as school buses, buildings, stationaries, transport vehicles, etc. To affirm their commitment to the cause, logo has also been mentioned in popular Indian festivals like Lori, Kalash Yatra, Rakhi, Ganesh, Chaturdashi, Bandal, festivals of flowers, etc. Now I would like to call my friend Kaushik to take over the presentation.
7 minutes are up. I would request
Yes, ma'am.
to wrap up in 30 seconds.
Yes, ma'am. I would like to thank Shivangi and Raj, and hi and good afternoon to one and all. My topic is around safety of women. Just a little brief about why the safety of women is so important. Despite the education and opportunities given in the present scenario, women continue being the weak, unequal sex. According to the World Health Organization report, one in every 3 women and girls experience physical or sexual violence in their lifetime. And there are a lot of initiatives for women's safety in India, out of which one-stop center scheme is very effective. The main aim is to facilitate access to wide range of services like medical, legal, psychosocial support, and temporary shelter under one roof for the women affected by violence. The scheme was implemented in 2015. A fund of 74 crores has been announced by the government under Nirbhaya Fund. As of May 2021, there are 700 one-stop centers in India, and the government aims to set up another 300 centers in the coming year. And my policy questions, my research questions for the next week, my submission is how to decrease or stop the violence against women, and what are the current policies, and what are the future and policy interventions that are required. And I'm concluding here. Thank you. Thank you for the time.
Thank you. Thank you for the presentation. Next, I would like to invite social justice team to present their presentation.
Hello, this is Team Social Justice. Me and my